Hello friends, I hope you liked my 8th video that is about what is validation project plan. If you are having any question, you can ask me in the comment. So in this video, we will discuss about the validation protocol, or it is called validation plan. So friends, my YouTube channel name is Pharma Quality. So please view, like, comment and subscribe my channel to get the knowledge about the pharma quality standard and practices. So now we will discuss about the validation protocol. Actually, validation protocol is the key documents for validating a computerized system where you need to mention all the approach to validate a system. Now, validation protocol. In this validation protocol, we need to describe about the scope, procedure to be followed, responsibility, system details, implementation methodology, and acceptance criteria for IQOQ test script. And if vendor perform the qualification activity appropriately and well documented, which can fulfill our in-house requirement as per predefined requirements, then qualification activity can also be leveraged from the vendor document. So it can be very helpful to reduce the testing during the validation activities. Actually, it will reduce your time and cost as well with relevant to that projects. And for when you are going for leveraging the document from the vendor, you need to mention all the details of leveraging in this validation protocol. Now we'll discuss about the practical approach to write a validation protocol. So first section is purpose. So here we need to describe about the objective of validation protocol, such as approach related to hardware and software installed correctly and operate as per its operational and functional requirement, which is mentioned in the user requirement specifications. Next is validation approach, that demonstrating that system is consistently performed as per the intended use. Next is the scope section. So here we need to define about the change control details, such as change control number, change control approval dates, the proposed changes with the justification. So such things we need to define. And next is project details, impacted department, functions or site. So here we need to define about the project details, such as about the software or hardware or system for which project is initiated. For the impacted department, we need to describe which department or site or function will be impacted for initiating such projects. Next is interface system. So here we need to define about the system interface. For example, the single software will connect to the multiple hardware, or single hardware will connect to one or more software. And finally, we need to, if there is any other scope is identified, we need to define in this section. Next is responsibility. So here we need to define clearly about the responsibilities, that who will prepare, execute, review and approve the deliverables and documents during the whole validation activities. Next section is system details. So here we need to describe about the details of system. For example, software details. So in the software details, we need to define about the software name, software version number, PC which are going to be used, that PC processor, their hard disk and RAM capacity. So all such things we need to define in the software details category. Next one is the hardware. So here we need to define about the what instrument equipment name and what is the model number of that instrument equipment. Next one is the architecture. So here we need to define about the architecture of the system, that is how the hardware will connect to the installed software PC. And next one is the data. So here we need to define that how the data will be generated and transferred to the server system. If the system is the standalone, then how the data backup will be done. So such kind of things we need to define in the system details. So next one is the data migration. So in case system update with new version or new system placed instead of old system, then mention the details of data migration activity. that is about the data size and which tools you are going to be used to migrate the data, and after the migration activity, the verification strategy, you need to define that. So overall, all the data should be migrated successfully, and verification should be done. So it can be defined that integrity of data is satisfactory. Now the next section is validation approach and deliverables. So in this section we need to define all the information to complete the qualification stages till the system release. So mention about the change control details, mention about the details of how the system deployment will be done and configured. So basically we need to mention about the all prerequisites for system installation and its configuration. So for example, when you are going to install a SPLC system, then you require the configured PC to install the software. You require the LAN connections, server IP address, adequate space to occupy that HPLC in the laboratory, power connections, and waste outlet, etc. So basically these all are the prerequisites which can be provided by the vendor end. So before the deployment and configuration of system by vendor site visit, everything will be ready. So next one is the required deliverables. So here we need to define the each deliverables name which are required for the validation activity as per the different GAMP 5 categories. So the next is IQ/PQ test script including 21 CFR Part 11 testing approach. So here we need to mention the details of IQ/PQ plan. For example, if you are going to plan for the going to write a IQ script, then you need to mention about the testing criteria for connectivity verification between server hardware and software. So you also need to define about the verification of power supply with the UPS connection and environmental condition, and verification of server with the hardware and software. So such kind of things we need to define in the IQ. And now if you are going to prepare the OQ test scripts, then you need to define about the testing criteria for the verification of system security, such as password complexity, user creation, user lockout, user enable or disable functions, user modification policies, and antivirus policies, and verification criteria for system access control, such as verification of user privileges, security challenges, verification of software functionality as per the actual system use. So such kind of things we need to define about the defined in the operation qualification test script. So based on my experience and knowledge, I am just giving the example. So it can be different as per the system details and different kind of system use. Now next is, if you are going to prepare the PQ test script, then you need to define about the actual process, what kind of actual process you are going to be use in the routine operation. So how the method will be created, how the analysis will be performed by using that method. So such kind of things we need to define. So also we need to include the performance related testing criteria, that is system calibration part, that can also be included to check the performance of the whole system. As the part of validation approach, we also need to validate the system as per the requirement of 21 CFR. So here we need to define about the test script related to 21 CFR. So actually there are many requirements related to 21 CFR Part 11. So I'll make a separate video to discuss about the 21 CFR Part 11. So basically these requirements are related to system security with respect to the audit trail, electronic reports, data generation, data backup, data restoration, and archival. Next is vendor leveraging. So now we can leverage any well executed and documented test or deliverables from the vendor document, and we need to mention all the details, that is what testing script and deliverables you are going to leverage, so that during the validation activity it cannot be repeated, and actually it save your time and cost of the project. So next is the training section. In this section we need to describe about the team that who will be involved in the validation process, and they will have the sufficient education, training and experience to complete the project. So after completion of all the required training, the system will be hand over for the respective section for the routine use. So now the next section is SOP. Here the clause should be mentioned, that is all standard operating procedure relevant to that system will be prepared and approved before the system release. So that is how to perform the analysis or calibration, how to perform the preventive maintenance, and how to administrative related activity will be done. So such kind of things we need to define in this section. Next one is the discrepancy or deviation. So here the clause should be mentioned about the any discrepancy or deviation observed during the validation activities, that should be documented and investigated thoroughly, and also appropriate kappa is taken, and if required quality risk management should be performed. So such kind of things we need to mention in this section. So the next section is change control. So in this section we need to mention about the standard change control process that should be followed, and if any change is validated computerized system during the routine operation is observed, then change control process should be followed. So next is the acceptance criteria. So in this section acceptance criteria should be defined to use of validated system in routine use. The condition should include that all IQ, OQ, PQ testing results should be documented and approved, and requirement which is mentioned in the URS and FRS and design configuration have been satisfied or not. So apart from this, all deviation observed during the validation activities are addressed properly and investigated, and relevant SOPs are available to operate the system. So such kind of things we need to define in the acceptance criteria section. So friends, this is all about the validation protocol, and in the next video we will discuss about the design configuration specification. I hope this video will help to better understand what is validation protocol and practical approach to write a validation protocol. Thank you.